Some shout outs to everybody. Good morning. Hello. Hello, Rosa. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Jose. Hello, Jose. Alexandra. Ziad. What's up, buddy? Everybody back. Borka's in the house. Edgar's in the house. Dottie's in the house. We're starting now, Dottie. We're getting it on right now. Do you have a vaccine to learn English, Ricardo? No, but I believe if movies and TV tell me anything, in the future you'll be able to download English. Remember The Matrix when he was just like zzz, and he knows Kung Fu? English in the future, maybe some virtual reality stuff could be useful. So pretty soon, I would just wait. I would study English in the meantime, but pretty soon it's going to be something you can just download and it'll be perfect. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. Ricardo, hang in there. Arid, hello Arid, how are you doing? Borka's in the house. Alexandra, Mahmood, hello Mahmood. Lale is in the house. Mustafir, hello. How are you? I'm sorry I destroyed your name. Gertrudis, hello, and her daughter is coming to Vancouver. Well, you guys picked a perfect time to come back because it's looking really awesome these days. Who else we got in this chat over here? Sultan, hello Sultan, how you doing? Clanira's in the chat. Hello, Clanira. Jessica, Abir, Gada, Lama, Mariam. I don't want to miss anybody. I want to get everybody in here. I hope you guys are having a great day. And let's get into it. Hi, Jessica. It suits me. Thank you, Manera. I kind of like the violet. I think it was green before. I don't know. It just randomly changes, but you know, I have a green T-shirt, and with a green background, maybe I just disappear, and you just see I'd be like a floating head or something like that. Yeah. Women power. Yeah, Rich. Sure. What's Judah say, Rose? Oh, okay. Yeah. What does Hannah say here? Rain is always welcome because my country relies on agriculture too much. Yeah. I hear you. Unfortunately, we just get too much rain, so it's like the opposite. I know people like from Saudi Arabia, they come here and they're like, oh yeah, I love the rain, I love cloudy days. And for me, it blows my mind. I have no idea why, but you know, if you get plus 50 weather all the time, of course this is going to be something you're not interested in. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump in. I'm going to show you. So today we're actually on the topic of sun. We're actually going to be talking about the environment today. And I have a very important question to ask you guys, just to get your mind. And it's a pretty serious question, I'll be honest with you. And the question is, please check that out. The question of the day is the world doomed because of global warming? Are we doomed? Are we going to die? Are we going to destroy ourselves? Please give me some hope, because I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little bit pessimistic, you know, with the global warming and everything. Do we have solutions for all these things? So tell me, what is your opinion? This is the question of the day. Are we doomed? Are we okay? Are we gonna be around in 50 years, 100 years? What do you guys think? Weigh in, give me your opinion, throw it in the chat, and tell me what you think. You know what I mean? It's a topic. It's a topic we need to talk about. Countries need to talk about it. People need to talk about it. Governments need to talk about it. Oh, Edgar, you got a hurricane season coming up. That's unfortunate. That's not very nice. Disneyland wouldn't be as much fun in a hurricane, that's for sure. So what do you guys think? Mahmood, what are you saying here? Please explain. Cut hard words? Oh, I don't know, Mahmood. What was that one? But yeah, this is the question. Dawood, tell me, Dawood, we need to change our planet? Yeah, maybe. You know, what do you think? What do you guys think about that? Do you feel? And that's the thing. Do you feel optimistic? Do you think things are going to be okay, or do you feel pessimistic and you think, wow, we're screwed? There's a new word for you. The word of the day is screwed. Are we screwed? And that means another word which you can probably guess the meaning of, right? Okay. What is the meaning of doomed? So Anderson, the meaning of doomed is like we are going to die, right? There was a video game. Wasn't there a video game called Doom for a while? But doom is like destroy, destruction. So doomed would be, you know, everything is going to be bad. Simple answer. So what do you guys think? Hannah, what does she say? Earth has a start and an end, but nobody knows when. That's pretty deep, Hannah. You're right. You're right about that. But when is it going to be? Is it going to be soon? Is it going to be later? What do you guys think? Weigh in on this. It's a heavy question. I'll be honest with you. It's Thursday. I hope you're ready for the heavy stuff. Rosa, actually the consequences of global warming are obvious in my country. It is spring here, and it is still cold and raining. Okay, so you can, and that's the thing. It's hard to know. Are these things normal, right? Because we also had some changes in weather, and we don't know We don't know why. Is it normal? Is the weather changes all the time, right? You can't make promises with the weather. What do you think? Joao? Hi, Joao. How are you doing? I'm talking about the weather and possibly the destruction of the earth. We'll see. Arij says, I do believe in it. What do you believe in, Arij? You believe we're doomed? Oh my God. You guys probably know more than me about this topic. So what do you think? What's going to happen? What's the worst case scenario, right? And let me add that word. I'm going to add that for you guys. So this is the list. Screw. And you know what? Maybe I'll take that one off of there. All right. But if you say, that was the one thing I wanted to choose, because we do use this all the time. You are screwed, meaning something bad is going to happen. So there you go. I'm not going to put it on the paper, but that's what it means. So the document is here. Everything we talk about today, any new vocab we talk about today, we're going to put it in the document, and I'll give it to you, and you can always make a copy of it after. So here we go. Here the answers are coming in. Joyce Stickero. The most serious problem is the consumer behavior without taking care for their decisions, especially in developed countries. I think you might have it right there, right? People not thinking carefully about how do you affect the environment, right? Or what effect do you have on the environment? Munir is really optimistic. Why, Munir? What do you think? Why are you so optimistic about this topic? Mahmoud, a lot of changing has happened in the world, and I think the end is very near. Bitter sadness, yes. Maybe, could be. That's a pessimistic view for sure. Ricardo, to give the world an opportunity, we make a change. We have to make a change in our lifestyles. Yeah, I think so. I think I agree with that as well. Hannah says we'll witness more hurricanes and tsunamis. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility as well, right? They say there were certain areas of the world where you didn't get hurricanes before, and now they have hurricanes. So there's some changes there, right? What is the difference between global warming and climate change? Good question, Judith. So let's see here. So global warming is the heating of the earth, right? When the earth gets hot. Now climate change, is there a difference between those? That's a good question. I'm going to have to consult with Google for this one. So let's go with definition here. So climate change is a noun, and it means a change in the global or regional climate. So basically change in weather. In particular change parent, no. Okay. So generally, climate, yeah, and that makes sense. Climate is about weather. So climate change is specifically about the weather. And what is global warming? Let's see how much different this is. And global warming says, no, okay, so it's the same. A gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. So maybe a little bit more specific, talking about the Earth's atmosphere attributed to greenhouse effect. So again, maybe more focusing on the carbon dioxide, the pollution, this kind of thing, right? And then climate change. No, I think Judith, it seems like they're the same. They seem to talk about basically the same thing. So I wouldn't worry too much about the difference there. Gratuitous, in my humble opinion, the globe, the government needs to sit down and talk, because the biggest responsibility of the global warming are for the developed countries with their huge industries. Yeah, it seems like government needs to step in and talk about this stuff, right? Ziad's avoiding this one. It's too big. It's too heavy. Lolly says global warming is a normal cycle. Maybe. Yeah, who knows? I guess it's possible. I don't know the answer. I have no idea. Hannah thinks, maybe new diseases will appear. Oh my God. Do I remember the myth of the world in 2012? Be optimistic. Yes, I know people have predicted that things were going to end before, right? They said, oh yeah, this calendar, the Mayan calendar said things were going to end in 2000, something like that, right? So, how close are we to the end? Who knows? Alexandra says we have to think how to change the situation that we have. Obviously, we should reduce consuming plastic stuff and stop using technologies which pollute the environment. Yeah, I agree with that. Hello, Fatima. Hello, Samara. Welcome. Mustafir, I agree with Rosa. Also, it is spring here, and it is cold or hot. We're confused about the weather. We don't know what to wear in the morning. It's cold, and in the evening it's hot. Okay, so some sporadic weather, some changing weather, right? Arij, we need to create more environmentally friendly cities around the world. Yeah, I think that's a good start, right? Definitely that. Vancouver is supposed to be a place where we have, pretty good, like all of our buses are electric, so they don't pollute as much, so that's a nice thing. Some of the buildings recycle their energy, and they have a lot of plants and stuff on top, so that's pretty good in that way. The document link in Hike is, I'll put it back in here. I'll share it with you here. So you can make a copy of it now, but I'm also going to share it with you at the end of class, so that way whenever I type some new vocabulary, you guys will be able to copy it as well. The earth is tired. Yeah, Malik, maybe. Could be. Lali says global warming, is a normal cycle, say some scientists, right? I think a lot of people are, I don't know, I mean just me, but I think a lot of people are also on the other side now. They say, look, there's a lot of evidence, right? You look at how much the glaciers have melted in some places and this kind of thing. Judith, I think carbon pollution is also changing rain and snow patterns and increasing the risk of bigger storms around the world. Okay, very nice. And Dottie says global, worldwide, universal. Okay, these are same meaning. Yeah, global, worldwide. Global problem, a worldwide problem, and a universal problem. Yeah, I mean global and worldwide kind of focus on the earth, and then universal, not necessarily. Universal might not be focused on earth, but same idea, so similar. Last one here, Edgar, the big industries don't care about global warming because they just want to make more and more money. This is capitalism, right? This is the way it works a little bit, right? In addition, the president doesn't believe in global warming. Yeah, I guess we're talking about Trump, right? Of course, we're talking about him. And that's the thing. You need all the countries involved to get in on this problem. What do we got here? Abdul Rahman, climate change is clear, especially in the last 20 years. The world needs a real deal to reduce warming. Yeah. Davud, pray. There's an option. Yeah. Okay, very nice. All right, so I'm going to jump ahead here. I'm going to just ask Aruanis here. Do you think that environmental engineering is important? Yeah, I think so. I think we need these things, right? We need sustainable technology, all this kind of stuff. And here's the thing: we're going to look at today. We're going to look at a website which talks about different technologies which are coming up. So that's the thing we're going to get into later. So what we'll do is maybe we'll start off with a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more discussion. So here you guys can jump into your Smrt. If you have the Smrt set up, you can jump into English 120, and we're going to go to lesson number 8. If you don't have Smrt, that's cool. Don't worry. I'm going to share all of the stuff that you get from this, any new vocabulary in the document with you. So let's start off. Let's do a question or two, and then after that, we're going to jump into a website, and we're going to look at different technologies which are helping to improve global warming, and we're going to look at some vocabulary. We need to understand the video, and then we're going to watch a video. So let's do this one, because this is a good one. This is one that you can talk. So let me throw that in the chat. So the question is, what is the biggest environmental issue in your country? Of course, you have your own. Is it big companies polluting with some kind of air pollution? Is it recycling? And if it's not the biggest problem, that's fine. Just tell us one problem. So give us your country name. And if you don't know, you can always do a quick search. Like, for example, I'll do this right now because I don't know the most about this subject, but environmental problems, Canada. So we can do a lot of searching today just to get some ideas to talk about here. And let's see what it says about Canada. A large amount of the Canadian population lives in urban areas, and cities are notorious for their poor air quality. Environment Canada has singled out, here's a new one for you, singled out you can think of as identified, has singled out air pollution as a big concern, a big problem. The government agency has said air pollution from urban areas causes acid rain. So that's when it's a very polluted water and it falls on your head. And this also contributes, and contributes is another way to say helps, climate change. So there you go. So one of the things is air pollution. So maybe you guys can do that. If you don't really know what are some of the issues you're having in your country, do a quick search, do a Google search, and see what is the biggest environmental issue in your country. So environmental problems, Brazil. For the Parana people who are in here, environmental problems, Saudi Arabia, environmental problems, Dominican Republic, whatever it is, do a quick search and see what are the major issues, and post that in the chat, and we can also talk about some of the vocabulary which they use to talk about the pollution. So we can do some vocab building as well. So let's see here. Borka's weighing in here. And again, tell us your country as well, just so everybody knows which country you're from or which country you're living in, because I know some of you guys are living abroad right now. So which country are you in? So Borka, maybe give us the name of your country, the country that you're in right now, if it's your home country or you're living there. And then you can give us, there we go, Belarus. Okay, so there we go. So the biggest environmental issue in Belarus is the draining of marshes. And if you guys don't know draining, it's when you get rid of the water, right? You have a lot of water somewhere and you don't want the water, so you, like for example, in your sink, what happens to the water when you turn on your sink? You turn it off, the water goes down the drain. We call it a drain. And so the verb is the same. You drain the water, you get rid of the water. Same as remove, but we say drain. So he's saying the biggest issue in our country is draining the marshes, and marshes are areas of land with a lot of water, maybe too much water. Not good for houses because there's too much water in this area. What am I explaining this for? This is silly. I have the internet. Why am I not using the internet? Show me a marsh. This is a marsh. That's okay. Yeah, that looks like a marsh. You can see it's kind of wet. It's got a lot of water, so it's not good. You can't build anything there. It's more of like a fishing. You could almost go fishing there, but not quite. So those are all pictures of marshes. Okay, there we go. So the biggest environmental problem in Belarus is this, and the local climate has definitely changed because of that. All right. Mustafir says in Morocco, the biggest environmental issue is the weather fluctuations. And if you don't know fluctuations is a more technical, I don't know why I did that, technical way to say changes. Fluctuations, going up and down. Okay, so the weather fluctuations. And again, what is the reason for that problem? Do a quick search, find online, talk to Google. Google will know everything. Arich says the biggest problem in my country is the environmental awareness in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I think that's right, the KSA, right? So people, and awareness, what is awareness? I gotta start putting these words in here. So awareness is the word. And awareness you can think of as understanding, right? Understanding something. And you might say environmental awareness. That's an easy one. Environmental understanding. So awareness is a noun. So if you see me write N or V, it's noun or verb or adjective or something like that. Okay, what else we got here? I'll just stay here because we're going to use that. Aruani says in Sao Paulo, a great name, Aruani. In Sao Paulo, the environmental issue, I think, is air pollution. Yeah, and Aruani, Google it. See, put top 5 environmental problems in Brazil or something like that. Get a few ideas, like what are the real issues here? Because it's also a good you can search it in English if you want, or you can search it in Portuguese. It's a good opportunity to learn a few words about the environment while you're doing it. Henrique. The biggest problem in Brazil, I think, is deforestation. And there's a word we can use as well. Deforestation. Destroying the forest. And of course, I think he's talking about the Amazon. So cutting down trees. Deforestation. And there's other words for that, but the main one is deforestation. And water pollution. Hello, Ilyas. How you doing? Dottie says, the biggest issue in my country is crowded traffic. Same times, need 1 hour to go any places. I think that has big problems. There are, maybe not that, but there are big problems in my country. Mahmoud says waste management, and there we go. So waste you can think of as garbage, and then management, of course, controlling and managing, you know that, right? Management, waste management, garbage. Taking care of garbage. Nice. All right, not nice that you have this problem. Nice word. Okay, Sultan, today the biggest problem in my country is the war. Syria. Yeah, that sounds like a big issue, right? Joystick, the worst environmental issue in my country is the one performed by Chevron Texaco. The oil company polluted hundreds of areas in the Amazonian region, killing animals, destroying living species, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, there we go. So of course that word we're looking at here is pollute, and you can use it as a verb or pollution. Yeah, make dirty. It's a pretty simple explanation, right? Make dirty. But you understand that. You know what pollution is. You don't need me to explain it. It's a pretty bad English. I'm sorry for my bad English. Judith, something different, some different approach. Warming climate, longer growing time for crops. But heat waves, drought come with this too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree with that. So if it's a warmer climate, you get more time to grow the crops. Crops. What farmers grow. Wheat. Vegetables, all these things. Corn, wheat, all that stuff. Okay, and then another one she had in there which was good was drought. And what is drought? Drought is when you have no water for a long time. Why am I explaining these things? Come on, use the internet, man. Drought. Yeah, but maybe I can explain drought because, right, when you have no water, that's a drought. No water for long periods of time. Definitely a drought. All right, very nice. Hussein, environmental issues in Pakistan include deforestation, air pollution, water pollution, lots of pollution, pesticides, misused. And if you don't know pesticides kill bugs. So this can be a problem. Chemicals to kill bugs. Maybe on your crops when you're farming or something like that. Use pesticides. Soil erosion, there's a new word. So a lot of good words, not good things, but erosion. So the soil is being destroyed. It's hard to explain that one. You might have to Google that one. But the soil is being destroyed, and it's not good for farming because of the erosion. So sometimes there's too much wind, and all the stuff gets blown away, and you can't grow anything in there. That's a kind of erosion. Or maybe too much water, and then the soil gets eroded. Okay, next one here. Desertification. I've never even heard that, Hussein. There we go. Lali, biggest environmentals are car pollution. Munir, there is enough pollution. There is not enough pollution control in my country. Yes, Ilyas, it's definitely environmental problems, and we're kind of getting an idea, like what is the environmental problem in your country. Then get a lot of answers here, a lot of new vocabulary. Bisma says there are many serious environmental problems that Pakistan is facing right now. Among them, be all and end all, interesting word, are water and air pollution, which causes loss, maybe LOSS, of humans every year. Okay, I'm going to put a few of your words. You face problems, right? This is a collocation you guys can use. So, my country is facing environmental problems, pollution problems, air pollution problems. So you face problems. So that's the idiom that you would use. Handle, and you can think of it as handle problems. Okay, and loss. Loss is another one that she used. Lose, right? Lose something, but it's just the noun form. Lose as a verb, loss. Okay, let's do one more here, and then I think we'll move on, and I'm going to get into the video that I've got for you guys today. And I think after that, I'm going to get you guys to watch another video, and you tell me about it after you do that. So let's do one more here. Joystick, causing diseases in farms. And what is that? What is the word? What is the way to explain that? If the farm has a disease, good question. Maybe something attacking the crops or something like that. Gertrudis, let's do Gertrudis one here. In my country, the Dominican Republic, air pollution is a problem, and people don't have enough education about how to handle garbage solids, residues, and how important the trees are for human beings. Okay, there we go. So everyone's got their own issues, right, with environment here. Okay, soil erosion again, Davud. Okay, all right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to direct you to this website over here. This is a cool little website. I'm going to put this on my screen. You can follow with me, but if you want to watch it after, again, you can also do that. So let me throw this in here. Check out this website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you a few words first. And then after we learn these words, then we're going to go to this website, and I'm going to put the video on here so everyone can see. So let's go here, and I'm going to jump in, and I want to teach you a few new words before we go here. So let's start with this one. So this is on your document, so you can follow along as well. The first word is power plant. What is a power plant? Anyone have an idea? So power, of course, you know, but what is a plant, and when would we say this word? So if you have an idea, please tell me your answer. What is a power plant? Or if not, Google it. Google that. If you don't know what it means, Google it, and when would we use this word to talk about something? Before we get into our video. Electricity, yes. Power, electricity, and what is plant? That's kind of the main part of it, right? Adaption? Not plant. It's not a growing plant. It's a different plant. It's got a different meaning there, if that was it. So what is a power plant? An engine? Borka? Yeah. What do power plants do? They produce electricity. There we go. Yeah, it's a powerhouse, a power station, a generating plant. Good. So let me show you a picture of a power plant, just so we can get into that. So a power plant is what it sounds like, right? It's something which is used to generate electricity. So let's see here. Let's throw up an image here. There we go. That would be an example of a power plant. So you have a nuclear power plant, and you might have some other kinds of power plants as well. All right, next word we're going to look at is flooded. And I think you guys know this one already. What does it mean when something is flooded? Nobody mentioned floods. I mean, I guess it's not really an environment. It is an environmental problem, but it's not like it's not contributing to global warming, I think. So what is a flood? I think you guys know what that is. Let's throw that up there. So word number 2 is a flood. Yeah, a reach. Power plant means a power station used to generate electricity as well. So this would be a flood. Yes, a lot of water. So immersed, write the meaning so it will be easier. Okay, I can do that. All right, so let me throw that here. So power plant and flood. I'll throw these into your document here. So let's do that. So power plant, flood. A station, and it's the only way, a station which produces electricity. And flood, a rise, in water. Too much, of course, right? All right, next up, let's go back up here. Their next word is coal, and I think everybody knows this one as well. All right, so let's go. What did I miss here? So yeah, flooded with money, Dia. I hope you are flooded with money. I'm certainly not, but I hope you are. When the hurricane comes, yeah, usually flood waters increase. They rise. A lot of rain, flood, disaster, a lot of water. Floods may increase because of iceberg melting. Yes, and the other thing you could say icebergs. We also say glaciers. Like in Canada, you can go visit the glaciers, which are these huge, massive, massive, massive sheets of ice. Glaciers as well, because the icebergs are the ones that float in the ocean, and the glaciers are the one which also usually extend onto land as well. All right, so there we go. Next one. Next word is coal. So what is coal? I might not be able to explain this one. And you know this word. Bisma, can we say that the wash basin is flooded with water as its drain pipe has broken down? Yeah, you could say that. You could, exactly. And that's what you would say, because it is flooded. You can't get the water down. It is flooded. It's too much. Coal, wood from a fire. What else we got? Coal, meaning dark brown rock. Yeah, I mean, and that's the cause. That's the cause, an increase in the attribution. Not attribution, Elias. I'm not sure what the word was. Used to produce fire. Yes, you know coal. Everybody knows coal. What's the definition of coal? That's coal, right? And sometimes charcoal when you're having a barbecue, right? Or something like that. So coal is the other word. I'm not going to attempt to define coal. You know what it is. I'm going to leave that one blank. Next one, feature. Next word is feature. What is a feature? And I'm using it as a verb here. I'm not using it as a noun. So you know it. You probably know it as a noun, like features, special features, this kind of thing. But I want to use it as a verb, not as a noun. So what would feature mean? How would you explain that? Characteristic, good. Yeah, Rosa, you got it. And as a verb, how if I say the movie features Leonardo DiCaprio, or the song features this artist features, what is it? What would you use for feature? How would you explain that? Characterized, okay. Oh yeah, pretty close. Shows. I'm going to use, if I use features as a verb, it kind of sounds like shows. So let me throw that in there. So for example, if I say the movie features Leonardo DiCaprio, stars, you know stars? It's kind of the same as that. So you can say features, or yeah, I'll just use features there. But features as a verb, maybe stars or shows. Maybe those are some easy ways to explain that one. Yeah, exactly. You're talking about features, but I'm not using it as like the phone has many features. I'm using it as like the movie features. But it's a little different. It's more like shows. It's kind of the same, but it's a little bit different. Okay, very nice. Next word up is solar panels. And I'm just going to skip ahead to this one. I'm going to show you that one. Solar panels here. So you know these. Maybe some people are using these. I know in Canada people are starting to use these more. It's becoming cheaper. And some people make so much, they create so much electricity that they can actually sell the electricity back to the electrical company. Rosa, characterized as more academic. I don't know if the meaning is the same, Rosa. If you said characterized, something like we wouldn't say the movie characterized Leonardo DiCaprio. We would say the movie featured Leonardo DiCaprio. So I think the meaning, when you change features to a verb, I think it's got a different meaning than characterized. And I even characterize that, you know, I don't know if we would use, I don't think features of a song or features of your car are the same as characterized. It's a little bit of a different vocabulary there. There we go. Yeah, Borka, the accumulator of solar energy. Yeah, exactly. And those are panels, right? When you say this piece here, that's one panel. Renewable energy, correct, Gertrudis? Yeah. Yeah, okay, there we go. Very nice. Aruani says, can I say that the power plant is produced by solar panels? Probably not. You would probably want to say, you know, power plants produce electricity. Also, solar panels produce electricity. Power plant is the building which creates energy. It's not a company, it's a building, which is, it is a company, but it's a building which creates energy, so we call it a station. Okay, all right, there we go. Next word, let me go back up here. Next word was solar panels, and the next one is pumps out. And this is a good one, because you can actually use this in another way as well. What is pumps out? This is the word. It's pumps. I mean, we use this in other ways. You go to the gym and get pumped. What does it mean to pump out something? Because this is going to come up in our video that we're going to watch. Pump out. What do you think it means? Let me throw that in there. Pump out. So it's a phrasal verb that we use. It's got a special meaning. Pump out. Do you know what a pump is? Move quickly. Is that the answer, Dottie? Move quickly. Rush the fluid out. Correct. Yeah, you got it. So this is a pump. Let me show you. Let me put up a picture of a pump. That's a pump. This is a pump. This is the one I want. The red one. Where is it? Here. This is a pump, when you pump something up. So if you pump out, the direction is outside. So this is why pump out. To send, we'll call it to send liquid, fluid, outside, somewhere. I'll just say outside. So pump out is the next one. Okay. Next one is valueless. And you can probably figure out what that one means. Next one here. Hello, Eliani. We're just doing some environmental vocab. So come on in, turn your brain on, and join us. Valueless. Yeah, and Judith, you're right. That works as well. You can also say the author pumps out a book. Every year, this band pumps out a new album, or something like that. You can use that way as well. Yeah, exactly. Borka's got it. No value, worthless, useless, unimportant. Good, you got it, right? No value. So valueless, of course. No value. Easy. Easy way to explain it. We'll say no importance, just to give you a little bit of variety. And valueless is an adjective. There we go. Very nice. Next one. Innovation. Maybe I'll just skip. You can do both of these together. You can do both of these. Innovation and demand. What do those two mean? Hello, Claudia. Come on in. Borka's saying hi. Innovation and demand. Innovation, new ideas. Dude, what's going on, dude? Innovation and demand. Okay, let's do that. Innovation is your noun, of course. New ideas. Well, just simple way. And demand. Creation, yeah, exactly. Innovation is a creation, so new ideas or new creations. Both of those will work. What about demand as a noun? Not as a verb, but as a noun. Okay, what about the second one? What about demand? Demand. People, so you know it as a verb. Demand is a verb, but I want demand as a noun. Request. Yeah, okay, getting close. Supply. Thank you. Well, I guess that would be the opposite. What is the demand, though? So if I say there is a big demand for iPhones these days, or there is a big demand for whatever, what do I mean by demand? It's hard to think of one word that matches that. There is a big, strong need. Okay, that'll work. A strong need. There we go. So demand is, there is a demand. There is a big demand. There is a strong demand. All of those work as well. Very nice. Almost there. Here we go. Last couple. Surface, and I'll give you the other one as well. Attributed to. So the first one is surface, and the last one we need is attributed to. Okay, what do both of those mean? So let me start down here. What is a surface? And number two, attribute to. And I'll give you the full way, because we might use it in a passive sentence. Be attributed to. So we'll call it a collocation. Surface, area of land. Not necessarily an area of land. Flat, well, that's a flat surface. What is a surface? The floor, yes. Rodrigo, you got it. The floor is a sort of surface. What else we got here? Exterior, the outside. Man, maybe we need a good explanation from Google for this one. Surface definition. What does Google say? The outside part or uppermost layer of something. Often used when describing texture. The earth's surface, the wall surface, the computer surface. So any surface, any outside of anything is the surface. Good, yeah. Okay, so the outside, let's just do that. I'm just going to copy that a little bit right there, because that's close enough to what we need. So the outside surface, the outside part is the surface of anything, really, right? And the last one is attributed to, which is a little bit, yes, yes, I think in English we don't use that word in that way. We might just use the word surface or the outside of something. Borka, attributed to says about who or what did it. Yes. So how can we explain? Yeah, you're right. Attributed to, contributed to. How can we explain this in a nice, easy way? It's quite French word. Yeah, exactly. It sounds French, right? I know what you're saying, the superficial, but I don't know how to say it in English. Related to, connect. I'm just going to use attributed to. I'm just going to use a real easy way, just in case you don't know how to use it, connected to. Or maybe, yeah, I'll use that one as well, be related to. Okay, so that's what we wanted to do. So now I've taught you all the vocab that I want you to know for this, to understand this video that we're going to watch. Awareness, understanding, deforestation, waste management, pollute, crops, drought, pesticides, erosion, face problems. Oh wait, sorry, I'm going through the whole list. Let me skip ahead here. This one, power plant, flooded, coal, features, pump out, valueless, innovation, demand, surface, be attributed to. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on a video, and I want you guys to watch it. And this is about this technology. And once we're done the video, we'll talk about it. And what do you guys think about it? Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think there could be any problems with this video? So what we're going to do, I'm going to show it on here, on this website. But if you guys want, you can always watch it yourself and then come back to the chat after. So I'm going to show you this video. Where did you go, video? Here we go. So we're going to watch this one here. It's about China building the world's largest floating solar panel. And that's another word I didn't teach you, was float. So I think you guys know float, like in the water, something floats like that. So this is what we're going to learn about. So I'm going to disappear for a second. We're going to show the video so you can watch. And we're going to, this way, now you have the idea, you have the vocabulary. Now you're going to put it all together by watching it in the video. So here we go. I'm going to disappear, and I'm going to show you this video here. Check it out. And after you're done, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? So here we go. Okay, so here we go, and we're back. So that was the video there. So now you've seen it. If you want, you can always go back and you can watch it again. So I'm going to throw a question at you. Number one. So is this a useful solution? What do you think? Or maybe just generally, what did you find interesting about this idea? So again, feel free to go back and watch that video again. And then after we're done with this video, I'm going to send you off, and you guys are going to go check out your own sandwich. What's going on over here? So here we go. So Rose has got a question. Pumps out doesn't mean to provide or produce. Pumps out. So it could be produce, Rosa. You could say the company pumps out hundreds of, McDonald's pumps out hamburgers every day. Pumps out. It could be both, I think. I think you could kind of use it for both. It's more of a casual way to say it, right? It's like a phrasal verb. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, this is the thing. I wanted to show you guys maybe a few pieces of vocabulary, and then we'll put them all together in the video. So what we'll do, what do you guys think of this idea? And you can use any of this. So any of the ideas that we watched in here, feel free to use those words in your explanation with me. Let me go back to this website here. So this is a pretty cool website, and it's not just about pollution. They have a lot of different topics. So I recommend you check it out. And it's cool because the videos are really short. They're only about 1 minute, and they teach you something. And it's a good little, it's like a mini lesson that you can do about vocabulary or whatever. And you can choose your topics. Like, it's not only about climate change, Trump, LGBTQ, immigration, right? They have some interesting little topics, and they're all just super short videos. Legalization, that's something that's going to be happening. This one here is going to be happening in Canada this year. Okay, and then they got other things, justice, activism, innovation, right? So technology, oh, I'll have to look at one of those later. But anyway, so back to this idea here. What do you think of this solution that China has for their idea? Do you think it's pretty innovative? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think they should be doing this? What's your opinion on this before we go? Creative idea could reduce the air pollution there, yeah. And the other thing that they said is they're one of the biggest polluters, right? So if we go here, where to go? And there's a lot of other ones here as well. Okay, so yeah, large solar panel. And they built it on top of a flooded coal mine. So you know, when you dig in the ground for coal, that's called a mine, right? And so they built it on top of a flooded coal mine. Interesting idea. Romana, can you teach as the PowerPoint text turn? Okay, yeah, I can probably do that. I'll go through the video again and we'll kind of just talk about it. We'll talk about the points. All right, so there we go. So I don't know if you guys, has anyone ever been to China? Because I've been to China before and I went to Beijing and the air is really crazy. It's really thick and you can't really see the sky very well. So it's kind of like just invading your lungs a lot of the time. What's Bisma here? Flooded with coal means full. Yeah, flooded, yeah, full. Think of flooded in this situation, not with water, but just as full. So yeah, and that's the thing about China. They actually have I know I heard this, they actually have a TV screen with a picture of the sun coming up because they can't always see the sun, which is crazy. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's do it. So features, again, it reportedly, everybody heard that it features, shows, or has 166,000 solar panels. Pumps out, produces 40 megawatts. That's a lot of energy, right? That's pretty useful. Okay. Enough energy to power, and again, you power your home, right? You power your things with electricity. 15,000 homes, which is pretty good, right? Not bad. Mineralized water in the area made the space valueless. So I guess they had water in there, but it wasn't useful. So that's where this idea came in. So there we go. So Sun Grow Power, I guess this is the name of the company. They saw an opportunity to create for some new creations there as well, right? Plant not only makes full use of this area, so they use all of the area, and reduces the demand, the want, the need for lands as well. Okay, also improves generation due to cooling effects, so it cools the surface. It's not so hot anymore as well. China is currently the largest producer of air pollution, creating nearly 20%, wow, that's crazy, nearly 20% of global greenhouse gas emissions. That's a lot. I'll be honest with you, 27% of the whole world. And that's a big stat too as well, right? So a lot of people died because the deaths were connected to air pollution. And then they're also the largest investor. They're putting a lot of money into these kinds of companies and these kinds of energy sources. And they plan to spend, oh my God, plan to spend $398 billion on clean energy by 2020. That's insane. That's a lot of money. But there we go. Okay, so that was the video. So what you guys can do is, I'm going to get you guys to go back here. I'd like you to go to this website, and I want you to watch a short video. Okay, so that's your homework. Your homework is right now. Go to that website and you can choose any of the videos that you want and do a quick video, and I want you to tell me about the technology that you saw. And you got a lot to choose from here. So take a look here, whatever you want. Giant tube, which will collect garbage. This giant tube will clean up the Pacific Ocean. That one's 15 minutes, don't watch that one. But most of them are about under 2 minutes, so they're really short videos, so you can watch any one you want, and then I want you to come back to the chat and tell us what you learned from your video. Tell us the video that you watched and why it's useful. And maybe while we're doing that, I'll put up one more video that we can watch together, just for a change. Interesting there. All Apple facilities. Okay, so there you go, Apple. If you like Apple, this one here, Apple, iPhone, all that, apparently they have 100% renewable energy. So nice little ones here. Ooh, this is a good one. Let's check out this. How long is this one? If you didn't know, apparently your smartphone is killing the planet. Oh my God, my baby is killing the planet. Dear Lord, what can we do about that? Let's have a quick look at this one, and we'll break it down and see what it is. I'm curious. Let me get my face out of here so you guys can see everything that's going on. I can't seem to get my face out. Why is that not working? Here we go. All right, I'm out of here. Now let's watch this thing. Okay, so here we go. How they impact the overall footprint. And here's a new word for you as well, right? Disposable. The problem with smartphones is how disposable they are. You can throw them away, throw them in the garbage, right? So they also create a lot of waste. Oh my dear Lord, I had no idea that my baby, my cell phone was doing so much destruction to the earth. Dear Lord. So you said it, you heard it. I'm so sorry. This thing is destroying the earth. You got to keep your cell phone for at least 3 years. There you go. Mind blown. Cell phones are the devil. They will be the end of us all. That's too bad, because I like my cell phone. I think most of my students love their cell phones. They're absolutely in love with those cell phones. So very nice. Okay, the earth is sensitive, Arija. I think that's the real lesson of today. The real lesson is that earth is very sensitive, and we are people. We need to do some things to take care of our earth, be responsible human beings, and then maybe we won't be doomed. Maybe we'll survive, just hopefully. But you know, after that, maybe there's a zombie apocalypse. I feel like TV told me that there's going to be zombies. So if global warming doesn't get us, the zombies will definitely get you. Are you ready for the zombie apocalypse? That's the real question of today. All right, so there you go. So I think what I'd like you guys to do as a little homework assignment, check out this website, because this website is super cool. You can think of it as a mini English lesson. And the videos are super short. They're interesting. They always have interesting, up-to-date information. Yeah, there you go, Ilyas. Yes, even though people have an addiction of using their cell phones. Yeah, you might overthink a little bit, Arich. But you know, maybe all good thought, all education is good education. I think most of the time. So it's, you know, it's something we need to think about. We need to think about the world. We cannot think about me, my cell phone, my cell phone, my cell phone. We have to think about a little bit more globally. And then we can survive. Dia doesn't like Apple. Oh, we're going to buy a Samsung. I'm sure Samsung's the same. I'm sure they both pollute. But look at this one. So here's the good thing about Apple. A little good thing, apparently, I won't watch this video, but apparently every Apple store now uses 100% renewable energy. Well, that's cool. That's better than nothing. Hopefully they start recycling their phones and all that good stuff. Rodrigo does his part because he doesn't have a smartphone. Well done, Rodrigo. There's a guy at my work and he doesn't have a smartphone. And we're like, dude, how do people contact you? And he says, oh, I check my email. I'm like, really? Is your email like really loud? And he's like, yeah, when I'm at home, it goes ding and it goes really loud, so I know that somebody's trying to contact me. I was like, wow, I mean, good for you, man. Good for you for not using your smartphone. Yeah, exactly. So Rodrigo's doing the same thing, using his PC all the time. Yeah. And the robot world is also coming. You're right, Mahmood. It's either global warming or robots or zombies. Something's going to get us, right? That's what Hollywood tells us and TV tells us. Now, what does Judah say? Good news. 1 week ago, I read that Japan's science found a chemical which can recycle plastic more than any solution. I feel like I've heard this as well. My friend was telling me that there's a bacteria that eats plastic. There it is. What does this say here? Let's take a look here. Phys.org, newly discovered bacteria can eat plastic bottles. Now, color me skeptical, but this sounds like it could be a bad idea too, because you're introducing some new bacteria to an environment and you say, go bacteria, eat the plastic. But what if that bacteria just says, I want to eat everything, and it just kind of like goes and gets out of control and it's like a bacteria zombie that's eating everything? That's my concern. So I don't know, when you introduce something new into a new, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't know, I'd be a little concerned about that. What do you guys think? Bisma says continuous advancement in technology attributes, nice, I like how you tied that in, attributes to globalizing development. Gertrude says it's important to know this kind of information. Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, everything's, you learn something new every day. So good. Learn a little bit more about the environment. It's useful. Dia says, they want to take my iPhone. God, I'm ready to die. Laugh out loud. Take me, God. And don't let them touch my little brother. My iPhone 7 Plus. Laugh out loud. Yeah, well, Dia, keep your iPhone 7 for at least 2 more years, right? You wanna protect the environment. Try to recycle it somehow. Give it to somebody. Maybe somebody needs a cell phone. Better than nothing. But I agree. We need this. We need some kind of. I think we need government. I'll be honest. That's what I think. We need government to come in and say, look, we have to recycle. You have to do this. You have to do that, because it's going to get out of control. Like, we have so many people already, right? We are the bacteria. Isn't that whoa? We're the bacteria, maybe. So we need to be good bacteria and take care of the environment. What do you guys think about that? Alexander says, no way, they live in special bioreactors. Are you talking about the plastic bacteria, the plastic eating bacteria, Alexandra? Rosa, it's almost midnight. Gotta go. Rosa, thanks for dropping by. Take care over there. I hope you're okay, and I hope your weather gets better and you're not affected by global warming. Have a good sleep. Arij, we're using a lot of plastic in the kingdom. And yeah, there's got to be recycling as well, right? Countries have to start recycling as well. Judah says, bacteria too, but was a Spain biologist who found it. Okay, well, there we go. Resident Evil, Mahmood, yep, that's a distinct possibility. Yep, it could be. We could be living in that pretty soon. Edgar thinks we have bad habits. You might be right, Edgar. Well, you know what I mean? It's tough. I think people aren't bad. But it's hard to have such a environmentally friendly mind, like a way of thinking, perspective. It's hard to be that way all the time because we just create stuff and we pollute a lot. So I think about this stuff quite a bit. I live in Vancouver. Canadians, let me tell you something weird about Canadians. Canadians wash their recycling before we recycle it. That's how you know if you're really Canadian. You actually take your garbage, which can be recycled, and you clean it, and then you put it in the recycling box. That's how crazy we are. So we tend to, not everybody does this, but some crazy Canadians do that. So that's how crazy we are over here. We do a lot of recycling, and I think it's a good thing. I think we need to do that. And I think I heard that in, maybe Thailand, you have to, if you get rid of garbage, you have to pay money. But if you recycle, it's free. Isn't that smart, right? Isn't that a good idea? It's like, you want to create garbage, you got to pay for it. but you recycle everything. Oh, that's free. That's a great idea. I thought that was super smart. What do you guys think here? Ilya says, don't worry, the future, perhaps we'll see an inventive phone which might change my mind. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Maybe I'll get rid of my phone like my coworker. I'll just rely on my email all the time. Email's pretty good these days. You know, you just check it. And Hike says, nature has a delicate balance. Ooh, I like that collocation, a delicate balance. And with all the human interference on the environment, maybe with the environment, interference in the environment. Oh, that's a weird one. I'm not even sure how to say that. Nature can't compete with that. I agree with that. Bisma thinks government intervention, good word, intervention when you need. I'm going to add that to our list here. That's a good one. Intervention is when somebody, it's hard to explain. Intervention. How can I explain intervention? That's a good one. Intervention. The action. Thank you. That's great. Intervene. Action taken to improve a situation. Good. Action taken to improve a situation. The government steps in, and that's another way to say intervene, and improves the situation. Very nice. Okay. What else we got here? Rodrigo, someday they're going to say, stop eating plastic, we want to eat humans. Yeah, well, I guess that's a solution, Rodrigo. Maybe we just start eating each other. Maybe humans are delicious, right? Oh, have you ever had a Brazilian before? Oh, it's delicious. Oh, their barbecue is really good. There you go. We could reduce the population that way. Ilyas says, Ilgard says it's a good habit then. Ilyas, it's good. It's a good act to respect something, yeah. Mehmood says, little wisdom here. We need to use everything in a proper way. And again, everything in moderation. Don't use it too much kind of thing, right? Alexandra says, yeah, it's about bacteria. Scientists couldn't let them go to the environment. There are a lot of technologies used to modify bacteria genes or something like that, like the production of insulin and so on. Yeah, exactly. Take action. Yeah, take action is correct. You should take action. Do something. And that's, let me add that one. That's a good one as well. You take action, which means you do something. Yeah, similar. Do something to solve, I'll say a problem, because it's usually in this situation. Do something to solving a problem. All right, so very nice. So I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed that website, because that website's really cool. So that's your homework. Check it out. They're little short videos. It's almost like if you got 5 minutes to kill, you can sit down and you can do a little mini English lesson about anything. And don't feel like you just have to talk about the environment. There's a lot of cool stuff here, and I've kind of showed you the topics already. Future, weed, money, food, sports, nerd. Yeah, what's going on? Nerds. Haha, yeah. Iron Man. Making a mark on the MCU. How to kill Dracula. The Rock versus Arnold. All those questions you had, like who would win in a fight? Is it The Rock or is it Arnold Schwarzenegger if they were both in their prime? So there you go. It's got all kinds of stuff that you can check out. Really cool website. And it's just like a minute. Most of the videos are about a minute each. So I hope you guys check that out. Do that. I'll be back next week with the usual Parana time. So my Brazilians, please come on back. We'd love to have you back. We'll be doing some more Smrt work. So again, if you do have the Smrt, you can always go and check it out. And this whole lesson, lesson unit 8, was on nature. And you can go here, and there's a ton of activities for you guys to do. A lot of vocabulary that you can learn, and you can do it in a kind of a fun way where you get some exercises. There's some audio. So if you do have the Smrt and you're keeping it smart, check it out and go do some of this. You can do it online. They have listening, they have reading, and you can do more on these topics as well. And the other thing, of course, check out Now This, because that's a cool website. And they have more. It's Now This, and there's another one. They're on Facebook if you want it there. Check those guys out. So that's it for me this week. I hope you guys have a great week. Keep it smart. That's my thing. We'll see you guys next time, where we'll do a brand new topic as well. I think the topic, I can even tell you, next week is going to be literature. Ooh, and we kind of talked about that before, but literature, writing, reading books, and this kind of thing. And again, we'll try to find some cool websites where you can check it out. Rodrigo, Paraná? No. Paraná, I believe, is the state in Brazil where a lot of the students from the chat today are coming from. I know we're brought in a lot of those guys. How many Paraná students I hope I'm saying this right. How many Paraná students are in the chat today? Please give me a shout out, because I know you're in there. But anyways, if not, it's the classes are also for these students from a state in Brazil who should be checking us out, because we're awesome. You guys are awesome. We'll see you guys next week. Have yourselves a great week. Go enjoy the sun. Take care of the environment. Keep your cell phone a little bit longer. Keep your baby for a few more years. Save some time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.